Tonight, we take a trip back in time with Kitirik.
Just last month, Mr. Rogers celebrated 30 years in his neighborhood, entertaining millions of American children.
But long before Mr. Rogers or Sesame Street or dozens of other children's programs, Houston had its own TV star for children.
Melanie Lawson joins us now with the story of the good luck charm for a station with an unlucky number. Mel?
Well, Dave and Shara, those of us who work here at Channel 13 certainly aren't superstitious about our favorite number, 13. But it did seem natural for the station to have a mascot dressed as a black cat. And like thousands of other kids who grew up here in Houston, I watch Kitirik every day. And to us, she was truly the cat's meow.
Hi, Melvin!
Somewhere.
Melvin, let me tell you what's going to happen.
Where are you?
Hi, boys and girls. Let me tell you what's
Her
going to happen.
name is Bunny, but at 23, she became a cat. Bunny Orsak answered an ad in 1954 at a TV station that hadn't even gone on the air yet, Channel 13.
And they said, we have in mind a station mascot, and we want her to dress as a black cat.
So her mother made a hat with ears and a tail for her black leotards. Bunny drew on the whiskers.
I can do that to this day without even looking.
Did you ever stop to think how many times a day you could eat bread?
In those days, everything was done live, so she read commercials, station breaks, even mail, and introduced cartoons. A contest gave her a name, Kitirik, putting eyes between the station's call letters, KTRK.
The swing was here, the puppet wall was over here.
Then came a studio audience, and these bleachers were filled with excited kids. But the carousel was the biggest thrill, reserved for kids having birthdays. She remembers interviewing one little girl.
Said, the fastest I've ever thought. She came through, and I said, and what are you going to be when you grow up? And she said, a call girl. And I went, oh, you're going to work for the telephone company.
Very considerate of your baby. And who is this? Carl.
And I wanted so bad to be in the car. I got the plane. That little girl beat me. That little girl right there beat me to the car.
Carl McWright clearly remembers riding the carousel. It was his 5th birthday, 27 years ago.
It was like, wow, we're really here. This really is it. There she is. Right there. She really does dress like a cat.
Andy remembers what happened after the show.
I remember she started crying, and I remember asking my mother, you know, why is Kitirik crying? Why is she crying? You know, because being that small, it was really devastating to see someone like Kitirik that you looked up to crying. And Mom explained that this was going to be the last show.
Did you know that was the last day?
And I'm going to stomp it.
I found it out that afternoon before I did the show. And I wished I could have finished the year of the kids that had been waiting to come on their birthday. Now that I wish. And I wish I could have explained it better.
These days, Bunny works out regularly, and at age 66, she's still trim enough to fit into her old leotard. She's had 9 lives since Kitirik, from business owner to great-grandmother. But almost 3 decades later, fans still stop her wherever she goes. And even while we did this interview, she attracted a crowd.
I used to watch you on the swing. You had great cartoons.
What did you tell me you were going to be when you grew up?
I never got to be on your show.
I can't believe I finally met her. I'm so excited. Well, I just love doing it. And to have somebody come up to me and say they enjoyed it. Isn't it, Carl? Yeah.
Melanie Lawson, 13 Eyewitness News.